Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
Yes.
I love pushing that yellow button. What?
Woo! Oh,
Hey,
man, I wasn't loaded.
first of all, let me ask you something. Explain what's going on here.
This is an 1884 Parker. Parker was made from right after the Civil War until just into World War II. It was bought by Remington in 1934. This one has had some changes to it and been reworked to sort of bring it back up to speed. It started life as a 16 gauge with twist steel barrels, and it was redone by Afield, and the barrels were monoblock to 20 gauge. So it allows me to shoot modern loads in this old gun.
What kind of class does this put you in it?
There's a whole new deal where guys will dress up in old Edwardian costumes and shoot side-by-sides, and they call it a vintage shoot.
Now, how did you get into this?
Well, my father had Parkers, and so I was, I came back honestly and was afflicted with this terrible disease that of collecting Parkers.
You have won some competitions, am I correct?
Well, at the Southern last year, I won the 10 gauge hammer gun event and the 20 gauge hammer gun event, and this is the 20 gauge I used in the Great American Classic.
Oh! Oh! Now what do you got here? That's a monster.
Well, that's a 10 gauge. It's on a light frame. It's a number 2 frame for a 10 gauge because 10 gauges went all the way up to 6 frame and typically started at number 3. But this is an 1881 Parker and has the lifter lever, which I really like for hunting situations. One, you can cock the hammers, have the gun loaded, and can open it up without having to uncock on a loaded gun.
Today we're at Elk Creek Hunt Club here in Owen County, and is this not a beautiful place to shoot?
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. There are 2 courses here. There's a woods course and a ridge course. They're both challenging and a lot of fun.
And if you haven't tried this, by all means, get out and try it. You don't have to have this kind of gun. You can bring any kind of old hunting gun you got. And again, is there any better practice that you can imagine before you go out there in a dove field? Or?
None. The British have been doing it for years. When I was stationed in London back in the early 70s, they had sporting clays was just catching on. They had a couple of shooting grounds around London you could shoot. It was more, they gave you rabbits. I'd never seen that done with a clay pigeon. They had towers with one following another, like grouse, driven grouse or pheasant. It was absolutely amazing, and now we've got courses all over central Kentucky.
Oh! We talked about hunting situations, how I can improve your skills. That thing bouncing across the ground is a
rabbit.
That's what they call a rabbit. And then it follows up, hey, it's when rabbit season and quail season are together, you might shoot and a quail pop up.
Oh, it's my favorite time of year.
Will you be my coach?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want you to watch me, and if I'm doing something wrong, you say, farmer, don't hit me. Just say, farmer, here's what you're doing wrong. Oh!
With birds that are lower than you are on a sporting clay course, it really helps to bend at the hip. Okay. That'll get you down there. You'll have a tendency to hit it more. I don't know why, but you will. And with the rabbits, it's always good to be under that bird because a lot of times that rabbit will jump up and you can come up with it.
Pull. So just what I do there.
We all have a tendency with side-by-sides, particularly with as much drop as these have, is to shoot over the bird. Another thing I like to do is that bird's going that way, and if we face too much in this direction, we run into a stone wall. We can't bend as much. So what I like to do is face this way, and that way you know, face a little bit past where the bird's going to be. That way I'm uncoiling.
Gotcha.
And my body continues to swing.
Pull.
Heck of a pair.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Well, again, I want to thank Elk Creek for letting us come out here. They got a great facility. If you want to try this out, come on up here. You don't have to have a high dollar gun to go through and enjoy a course like this, do you?
No, sir. And that's the whole point of it. The point of it is come out, be a better shooter, and have fun. The big thing is safety. Be safe. Be courteous. You know, don't point your gun at anybody. Always have it unloaded unless you're in the box. You know, makes everybody else comfortable while they're shooting around you. And every time you pull the trigger, it helps improve your field scores.
Nice.